Welcome to Yogaxpress, the mobile stretch clinic that takes yoga to the people. Once more, we have our two wonderful guests who were here with us in the previous episode, and they have promised to stay with us for the next couple of episodes. We're hoping to be able to take you through the entire series of ailment-specific stretches, if we can. Yesterday, we focused on the constipation sequence. Basically, all we need to do when we practice at home, when we stretch on our own, you just need to remember that these sequences, these series of postures, they target different parts of the body at different times because each ailment impacts a different part of the body. So with constipation, we want to make sure we get lots of lower abdominal massages. When we target the lower back for lumbago, we want to make sure we do a lot of back bends to strengthen our back. So you're also strengthening your spine. That's what yoga is all about, a supple spine. It's about flexing and stretching through flexions and inversions of the spine. We make sure that our spine stays healthy. If the spine is healthy, the rest of our body stays healthy. Constipation itself, some of the causes could be inadequate fiber in your diet, emotional distress, inactivity. There are lots of causes. Symptoms could include foul breath, headache, nausea, dizziness. I think after the last episode, both my friends here, Stephen Flam to my left, who talks to the concept of diaphragmatic breathing, and again, he's promised to come in one of our future episodes as a special guest, and to my right, Tony Taylor, who has a background in film and directing, right?
Right.
Film and directing.
Writing and directing.
There you go. So we have folks who have expertise in their own areas, and they're going to share that. They're going to share their skills, their talent, and their expertise with us in future episodes. Right now, they've been very sporting. They're willing to stretch with us. So folks at home, no one is too busy to stretch. Make sure you stretch. Whatever you're doing, you're at your desk, you're at the airport, just stretch. Don't worry. You are looking after your own body. So without going too far into very deep explanations, we're going to try and do some back bends today. And just so you know, at home, I find a wonderful, wonderful improvement in Tony's stretches, and he actually confirmed that. I spoke with him. Tony, tell us how you felt when you first came on.
Well, when I first came on, I was suffering from the remains of the sciatica inflammation.
Right.
And my movements were extremely limited. I hardly could raise my left leg from the floor.
Right.
Could raise it about maybe 4 inches. Saturday, when I was tying my shoes, I found that I could bring my left leg over my knee and cross it over. That's an increase of about, I would say, at least 15 inches. So that's terrific. And the pain also has ameliorated quite a lot. It's not as strong. And hopefully, at the end of the month, I'm committed to this for a few more episodes.
Fantastic. I am really looking forward to having you here because I really want you to feel the difference. And that's what I want people at home to do that too. Stephen? Did you, after the last episode, you've only been with us in one episode, but I noticed you were very comfortable in a lot of the postures. Would you tell our viewers out there that you think it's perfectly all right? I don't want to prompt you, but you're fine with stretching at home. You're fine.
Well, I've been doing yoga, occasionally on and off when the mood strikes me since I was about 13 years old.
Right.
And I find that it's very helpful, especially when people have issues with stiffness or recovery from certain motion-limiting ailments. And I often suggest that my clients take yoga.
There you go. I'm really happy to hear that, Stephen. And again, we're also really looking forward to having you on the show where you talk about diaphragmatic breathing. And we will talk to that concept after a few more episodes. It's very important for folks at home also to appreciate that where the mind goes, energy flows. So when we are stretching in our yoga postures, what we're really doing is focusing. We're concentrating. We're taking our mind to that part of the body that hurts us the most, and we're taking the energy to that part. So let's do our conscious stretching. In these episodes, if you stretch with us at home, you will feel the difference. Before I forget, we have a little commercial. If you'd like a copy of my book, Yoga Secrets, it has 10 ailment-specific cards. You should write to me. If you can, send me stamps. That'll be great. If not, send me an address. I can mail it to you. Or you can go to my website, www.yogaxpress.com. Along with the book, we'll also send you a postcard. You can put in your bag, a little fridge magnet, and a business card with a sequence on it. So this is for your wallet, and this is your fridge magnet to stick it up on your fridge. There's your postcard. So there's no escape, no excuses. And please, don't tell yourself, don't kid yourself that you don't have time. We all have. Now go ahead, Anne-Marie, what is it?
Hold the book up again.
Okay.
Make it closer.
Okay. So I'm going to hold this book up so they can actually get this book on air. But if you don't get to see the cover of the book, you can still go to the website. You will find it there. You can also visit our blog, www.yogaexpress.blogspot.com, to get a better sense of the direction of our discussions in this program. We're going to go into back bends today. And we're going to teach you some stretches, some safe stretches to help strengthen your back. What we need to understand is when you have a bad back, you're trying to heal yourself. So if you already are in pain, if your low back is already hurting, you will need to do forward folds. Today we're going to teach you preventive stretches. We're going to teach you to do back bends to help prevent backache, help prevent lumbago. Basically, lumbago is pain in the lower back. It could be chronic, could be long-lasting, or acute, which is short-term. And typically it affects younger people who have jobs where they move a lot of stuff physically, people who work at hardware stores or wherever or maybe at the nurseries. Young people also tend not to be very alert about using their back. You have that confidence when you're young. You feel you're young, you're strong, we can do anything. Remember, there is one little clue I have learned in my life. What you cannot shift with one foot, do not lift with two hands. So test it. If you need to lift something, test it first. If you can move it with one foot, that's fine to lift it with two hands. Those of you at home who want to practice stretching with us, write to us or visit mnn.org. What we're going to do is make sure we do back bends which will help strengthen our back. So let's start with some of the standing postures. Let's come up and shake out our legs, get the blood flowing before we go into some of the back bends and some of the stretches that will require us to compact our low back muscles. So remember, keep your lower abdominal muscles, your upper abdominal muscles, and your gluteals always tight and compact. These are called your core muscles. So compact yourself. You can never go wrong. You won't hurt yourself, and be aware of what you're doing. The first posture, let's tag, gentlemen, if you don't mind, would you come forward so you're closer to the camera, folks can see you. I'm going to go back just a little bit. Heels together, toes slightly apart. This first posture that we're going in is not a back bend, but it will require you to tighten your gluteals and your low back muscles. We're going to do it consciously. Heels together, toes slightly apart. As we inhale, we will take our arms up to shoulder height, palms facing in, and we will exhale and get down, bend our knees as if you're sitting in an imaginary chair. So let's do that. Inhale, bring our arms up first. You can do it from the front, or you could take it from the side and hold. Let's hold it there. Now exhale and bend as you go down. What we're doing here is just tightening our low back muscles. Keep your back straight and keep breathing. Do not stop breathing. Now, if you bring your knees closer together, you'll find you need a little more back strength to do that. Now, if you want to keep your feet apart just a little bit, you'll find it's a little more relief for your back, but at the same time, you're still using your back muscles. Let's hold, inhale, let's come up. Exhale, release the posture. This posture is called Thunderbolt Utkat Asana. Utkat means thunderbolt. Now, I'm not sure why it's called that. It's a literal translation, but maybe because it looks like a Z when we go down. We're going to go into another one that's called Ardha Chandra, half moon. Again, heels together, toes slightly apart. One more time, again, even though this is not a back bend, it will require you to tighten your gluteals and make sure your hips are in place. Inhale, bring your arms up to shoulder height from the side, palms facing down. Keep inhaling, take your arms all the way overhead and clasp your palms together as we exhale to the right. We're going to dip our torso to the right as we exhale. Keep exhaling. Tighten your gluteals, tighten your low back muscles and hold. Inhale, come up. Let's tip to the left. Dip our torso to the left. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release the arms. There are a lot of standing back bends. There is one which is not in our sequence because we have done it in a lot of previous episodes, but it's a wonderful, wonderful back bend. So let's try that. Let's turn to our left. Keep your feet about, let me come out this way. Keep your feet about 12 to 18 inches apart. Put the brakes on. Bring your toes in. Now, you don't want to slip. Those of you at home, be very careful. Safety first. Place your palms behind your buttocks, palms over your buttocks, and keep your elbows, take your elbows back as close to each other as you can. Bring your chest out. Tilt your pelvis just a little bit, and what we're going to do is as we inhale, we're going to take our chin up, chest is out, we inhale all the way up, and then once we get to midpoint, we start exhaling. You may bend your knees, those of you at home, and then exhale as we go back. As we go back, we glide our palms down the back of our legs. That's when we bend our knees, just to give us a little more leverage. Take it down as deep as you can. Place your palms on the back of your thighs. Inhale. Let's come up. Just a little word of warning. When you're going back in a deep back bend, when you're going back all the way, make sure you make the connection. Do not leave your hands suspended. What happens is when your hands do not make the connection, you are transferring the tension to the back of your neck, and your neck is suspended in midair. So it doesn't matter if you don't go down all the way down to the back of your knees or the back of your thighs or the back of your calf. It doesn't matter. Just place your hands somewhere on the back of your body. Let's try that one more time. We're going to inhale up to midpoint and then start exhaling. Bend the knees, glide the hands all the way down the back. Inhale, come up. Keep your back muscles tight. Straighten your knees. Now, we're going to do a little bit of a forward fold just to ease the tightness in the back. This forward fold will be very useful if you are already in pain. I hope you're not in pain because of this back bend, but we're going to just do a little bit of a forward fold. Actually, let's keep our feet together. We'll just fold forward just to ease the tension in the back. Inhale, bring your arms up to shoulder height, palms facing down, turn your palms in, take it all the way overhead. Exhale, fold from the hip. You should feel a wonderful release in your low back, the sacrum area. Inhale, let's come up. Those of you who have very sharp hearing, exhale, bring your arms down, may have heard my knee crackle a little bit when I came up. That means, and that was from my right knee, that means my right knee needs a little more movement. We will do that again when we get back to the arthritis sequence. Let's turn to face the camera. We come down on our hands and knees. Keep your toes curled in behind you. Folks who have a knee problem, if you have tender knees today, place a towel under your knees. Now keep your knees hip width apart, palms are below the shoulders, about shoulder width apart, and keep your body straight. Let's keep our mid-body straight. Now, we're going to inhale and dip our torso, raise our chest, bring our chin up. So when we do that, we're making a little bit of a concave with the middle part of the body. Toes are curled in. Inhale, bring your chin up. Hold. And exhale. Uncurl the toes. Arch your back. Curl your toes one more time. Inhale. Let's come up. Dip your body. Uncurl your toes. Arch your back. This posture is called Marjarya or cat. Marjarya means cat, and the undulating motion of your body resembles a cat's movement. So let's stay on our knees, and this time take your hands off the floor. Let's come up, sit up on our knees, and we'll take our hands behind our back, just like we did in the other back bend. This time, this one is called the camel, so make sure you have your hands resting on your back. And let me turn around so we can have different, maybe we should all go in profile so they can see all of us. Let's turn around to our right so they can see us in profile. Make sure your hands are on your butt. We're going to inhale up to midpoint, and then if we want, we tilt our head back. When you start going past midpoint, you need to make sure you exhale. It's always inhale when you go up, exhale when you go down. Keep that in mind, you won't go wrong. And as we go back, as we tilt our body back, we're going to glide our palms back as deep as we can and take our hands one at a time to touch our heels. Going to inhale. And it doesn't matter if you don't touch your heels today. Now, if you want to get a little bit of height with your feet, you can curl your toes in. But remember, there is a difference. If you have tender knees and you curl your toes in, you may be able to reach your heels, but you're putting pressure on your knees. So I'm going to be safe. I'm going to uncurl my toes. I'm not going to worry if I don't reach my heels. I'm probably going to get there today, but if I don't worry. We just make sure you keep the hands behind the butt, behind the back of the body, actually. Inhale, come up. Exhale, glide your hands down the back of your thighs. Let's keep going down. Tighten your lower back muscles. Take your right hand to your right heel, left hand to the left heel. Tilt your pelvis forward just a little bit and hold. Inhale, bring your right hand back on the back of your butt. Left hand comes back. Then bring your head forward. Keep inhaling. And let's release the posture. We're going to go into a posture called, now this is a good forward fold, so let's skip the next one. Actually, no, we'll continue. Let's go into Ardha Matsyendra. Ardha Matsyendra is half Lord of the Fishes. Matsyendra is the name of a sage, and Matsya is fish. Matsyendra is a lord. Your left foot is tucked under your right buttock. Right foot, use your hands. Those of you, and if you need to sit on a brick, Tony, go ahead. Sit on a brick. It will bring you some comfort. It'll be a little easier, and it'll be more enjoyable. So take your time. Sit on a brick. Tony is just recovering from a few bouts of sciatica, right? So you want to be very careful. If you've already hurt yourself, be careful. Challenge is one thing, but you don't want to hurt yourself doing that. So your left foot comes under the right butt. Use your hands and take your right foot over your left knee. Make sure your right foot is flat on the ground. Don't turn it back. It's flat. Now, push the right knee in with your right hand and torque your body just a little bit to the right. Now, you're already halfway there. Now, release your left arm. Inhale. Bring your left arm overhead. Keep inhaling. Exhale and take the left elbow over the right knee. So use your right hand to push your right knee in. Exhale. Oh, Tony, it's the other hand. You want to push with your right hand. Raise your left arm. That's good. Exhale. Bring it over the right knee. Torque your body to the right and very gently place your right hand behind you and try to make the connection. Try to either reach your knee. Now, if you're not going to touch your knee today, that's fine. Make the connection somewhere. So place your hand on the right side of your thigh or your hip. And if you need to ease this posture just a little bit, bring your foot forward like I'm doing. And then once you made the connection with both hands, turn to the back. Hold your posture, not your breath. Keep breathing. That's a hard part, isn't it? We get you into all these pretzel positions and ask you to keep breathing. It's like a dentist who gets all the equipment in your mouth and then starts talking. Inhale, release your left arm. Release your right leg, and let's do the other leg now. Let's take the right foot, place it under the left buttock. Now you're placing it under the left butt so you can actually press on the right foot so it doesn't move. Now, take your left leg with your hands, place it over your right knee. Push your left knee in with your left hand. Torque your body a little bit to the left. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale. Place your right elbow over your right knee and push the right knee in. Try to hold your knee or the left part of your hip. Turn back. You should feel a wonderful stretch in your obliques and in your abductor muscles on the outside of your left thigh. Of course, the whole thing, your whole posture in this condition is actually controlled by your low back muscles. So make sure that you tighten your low back muscles consciously. Inhale, release the right arm, extend the left leg. Now let's take both our legs, extend it right over. Now this is a forward fold, and it's a wonderful, wonderful release for this intense twist that we just did. So inhale, take your arms up by your side, keep inhaling, take it all the way up. Exhale and fold from the hip. Keep your back straight. Folks at home, we're all at different levels, in different postures, and you do not have to go all the way. This is just a forward fold to ease any pain in the back. You want to make sure that if you feel a bit of a challenge, it's okay as long as it's not disturbing, distressing kind of pain. A little bit is okay. A little bit is okay. But if it's something that feels it could be more serious, stop and release the posture. Inhale, come up. Exhale and release. Keep your legs extended. Stay where you are. We're going to stagger. I'm going to stagger myself just a little bit to the back. We're going to go into what's called, this one is actually not Paripurnanava. This is actually called, this one is called the full boat. Paripurnanava is full boat. In the previous episode, in the constipation sequence, we actually went into Navasana, which is a boat. It's more like a canoe. It's not a full boat, not as deep as this one. This posture is where you would raise your legs and your arms. Your arms would come up to shoulder height. Your legs will also be raised. Be aware, there are different ways of getting into this posture, and it's fine. Whichever way you get there is fine, but you need to know the difference. We could come up into boat posture from a supine position. So when you're lying down, you can come up in boat position, into boat posture. But when we do that, be aware that you're engaging your upper abdominal muscles. Right now, we're in seated position, so we're going to raise our legs by engaging our lower abdominal muscles. Yes, when I first started stretching, I used to cheat a little bit because I have strong quads, so I used to use my quad muscles to bring my legs up. That's fine, but just be aware of what you're doing and the benefit it might or might not get you. So as we go up, we're going to inhale and come up. We're going to raise our legs. Arms will go up to shoulder height. Legs will come up as high as they can, but tighten your low back muscles. As we do that, tighten your lower abdominal muscles. So the abdominal belt is nice and compact. Inhale first. Let's bring our arms up. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to inhale, bring our legs up. Go back just a little bit and hold. Keep breathing. Exhale. Release your legs first, and then your arms. You'll notice there is a big difference engaging your low abdominal muscles and using your thighs. If you use your thighs, your quads get stronger. It's not that you're not going to feel any benefit, but right now the sequence is a lumbago sequence. We want to tighten our lower back. Let's go into prone position. There is a posture in this sequence. It's called Ashtanga Namaskara. Ashta Anga. Ashta is 8, Anga is limbs. Let's come down all the way down in prone position. And the 8 limbs that touch the floor in the final posture for this particular asana, this particular posture, are chin to the ground, palms are on the ground, so that's chin, chest, 2 palms, that's 4 limbs. Then you've got your knees and your toes. What we're going to do right now, our belly, our hip is on the floor. What we're going to do is we're going to curl our toes in, chin is on the ground. We're going to inhale and glide our buttock off the floor. So basically, we're going to glide our knees closer to our chest. That'll raise the buttocks. When doing this, be very careful. Tighten your lower back muscles so you don't hurt yourself. Inhale. Glide your knees closer. Bring your butt off the floor. And take your butt off the floor, peel your buttock off the floor, and keep your low back muscles nice and tight. Keep breathing. And as what we're going to do is we're going to glide right out into cobra. So bring your buttock down, inhale, bring your chest up. Just glide right out of this posture. Inhale. And hold. Keep your elbows close to your body. Elbows are bent just a little bit. And for concentration, look at a point that doesn't move. Exhale and release. Let's come down. You should feel a wonderful tightening of the lower back muscles. How do you feel, gentlemen? You feel your back tightening nice and strong, right?
Excellent, yes.
Now we're going to go into a locust position. We have a couple of minutes. We're going to keep stretching as long as the cameras are rolling. Make a little fist with your palms, with your hands. Tuck your thumb into the center of your palm and curl your four fingers over. And you want to place your left fist with the fingers facing you into your pelvic region. Right fist goes into the right side of your pelvic region. Protect yourself. And if you want to use a towel at home, that's fine. But we're going to use our hands. We're going to use whatever props we have naturally. Nature's given us something. We're going to use it. What we're going to do is inhale, and we're going to peel our knees off the floor. Chin stays on the ground. Inhale. Now use your palms to push your thighs a little bit if you have to. That's fine. Just make sure you protect your pelvic region. Tighten your low back muscles. And hold. Exhale. Release. Very gently. Now make sure your chin is on the ground when you go up. Right now it's okay. Extend your arms out in front of you. Palms facing each other. We're going to go, we've already done this both, so let's not do that. Hold your left ankle with your left hand, hold the right ankle with the right hand. We're going to inhale and lift our knees, peel our knees off the floor, and our chest comes off the floor. This is Dhanurasana. Dhanur means bow, archer's bow. Chin to the ground, inhale, and peel your body off. Make a nice boat-shaped figure right here. This is a bow. So this boat is actually connected with the hand, so it's a bow, an archer's bow. Exhale, release. We may have time for one last posture, so let's place our palms. Release your left hand, release your left leg, and a right hand and right leg. Place our palms just below the shoulders. Now guys, you guys have a lot of arm strength, so you have to bear with me. I'm going to go on my knees, but we're going to come into plank position. Folks at home who are not ready to go into this directly, curl your Welcome to Yogaxpress, the mobile stretch clinic that takes yoga to the people. Once again, I have our wonderful guests over here with us, Tony Taylor to my right and Stephen Flam to my left. And they have been with us in the last 2 episodes. They've loved it. They're back for more. Tony has been with us in previous episodes as well, but a few weeks ago. And he decided he wanted to come back for some sciatic relief, and now he's finding relief in a lot of